Hey folks, Mike North here for FoxSportsRadio.com. We're going to give you everything in 5 minutes that normally takes 30 minutes. You're going to get your up-to-date sports, the stories that we think are pertinent right here on Fox Sports Radio. Let's get right to it. The NFL lockout looks to be over, or it should be over. The players are going to vote, and they're going to try to ratify this agreement. They're going to try then to certify themselves as a union. You're talking 1,900 players who, over the weekend, read the whole thing. How many people, raise your hand, how many people think that literally 90% of the players didn't even read the agreement over the weekend because it was too complicated? In fact, they would have done more reading for most of these athletes than they've done in their whole careers in college. How many people think that they read every bit of the agreement so they can vote intelligently on it? Raise your hand. And how many people think maybe 1% read it at the most, the player reps and everything else, and they're really going to call their guys and say it's okay? Raise your hand. Yet I hear these players going, don't go buy on what they're selling. They don't know what they're trying to trap us, man. They're trying to trap us. And then I find out they haven't even been sent the paperwork yet to read it, yet they're trying to be trapped. Let's get it over with. Everybody's getting stupid. You know what? You know what's funny? You watch Boehner and you watch Obama, and then you watch Jerry Jones, and then you watch DeMaurice Smith. It's the same thing. They say they got a deal, then they come out and they say they have no deal. The Seattle Mariners have lost 15 games in a row. I mean, Eric Wedge shaved his mustache. That was a great mustache. Literally thinking that if he shaves his mustache, they're going to win. Well, now how do you put the mustache back? Because they lost yesterday. I mean, if you're Ichiro, and I know Ichiro never says a word to anybody about anything, just goes out and plays hard, you have to have a talk with yourself. You have to look in the mirror and go, do I ever want to win anything? Because the Seattle Mariners, they were 500 at the time. This is the second big collapse that's happened this year. The other one was the Florida Marlins. They brought in Jack McKeon. Okay, who are they going to bring in next? I mean, who's available? Connie Mack is dead. So we'll see what happens. Hey, there's a brand new game. Well, not brand new. The 12th edition of UK Sports. And it's 12. And it's an NBA game. It's the number one NBA game out there. And Michael Jordan's going to be on the cover. Magic Johnson's going to be on the cover. Larry Bird's going to be on the cover. And the reason is they don't want to put anybody on the cover from this crop of athletes if there's a lockout. It will hurt the sales of the game. So they went back and said the one guy that made the most green for them ever was Michael Jordan. The president of the company says this guy's gold. Then they decided to put Bird and Magic on covers too. They're not going to be regionalized. You could go out and buy either one, any one of them. You could buy a Bird one, you could buy a Magic one, you could buy a Jordan one. They're going to play against each other. It's going to be a great, great game. Those three guys sell better than anybody. They wouldn't put LeBron on the cover. A lot of people won't buy it because he's on the cover. I mean, who's going to be the number one guy? Dirk Nowitzki's not from America, but you think he'd sell a lot of covers. They decided to go Jordan, Bird, and Magic and make the right choice. Hall of Fame induction yesterday, you had Roberto Alomar. You had Pat Gillick and Bert Blyleven. Blyleven didn't get in for a long time because he was 13 wins short of 300 wins. Alomar didn't get in because he spit in an umpire's face. Basically, that was a no-no back in the day. Very, very intriguing that they didn't hardly mention that at all over the weekend. That was a big part of his career, whether it was a bad thing or, well, it couldn't have been a good thing. It was a bad thing for him. He learned from it, but you don't spit in a man's face. And you know what? He's in the Hall of Fame, definitely deserves to be in it. And Pat Gillick saying doesn't want to be a general manager anymore, but hey, if the Cubs want to offer me the presidency, I might be interested. Right there, I don't take the guy. He's won 3 world championships in Philadelphia, 2 with the Blue Jays. Pat Gillick is up in years now. He's not interested. If you're not going to get a GM, then don't hire Pat Gillick. I mean, would Pat Gillick become president and keep Jim Henry? Are you kidding me? That's not going to happen. By the way, good to have football back. So the women's soccer team is off the front page, the second page, the third page, the fourth page. They've had enough fun. Time for them to go away. Jay Cutler and Kristen Cavallari, who's a reality star. Not bad. I see as many good-looking women walking in Lincoln Park here in my home base of Chicago, Illinois, than she is. I mean, she's fine. But Jay Cutler, after 10 months of being together, has called off the engagement. She She's supposedly crushed. I think it's the greatest thing to ever happen to her. Can you imagine after 2 weeks hanging with that guy? He says 10 words a day. You're ready. You're looking out the window, even if it's raining, going, if I have an umbrella, I'm going to try to go to the pub and meet somebody that's going to actually have a personality. But anyway, better to do it now than to go up to the aisle. Better here than over there. Also, baseball tonight. A big action tonight. We will give you all the scores tomorrow morning and what happens here on Fox Sports Radio. You've been listening to Mike North on FoxSportsRadio.com. Have a great day, everybody.